people for too long once they satisfy all the prerequisites, all the requirements of their import, of their export. We all know the cost of barrel today. How much is that?
26. 27.
It was $27 per barrel as at yesterday. Rather than importation of cargo and goods and services into Nigeria, that is why we say let us facilitate how you export, so that we can export as much as possible and bring back as much as possible dollar and other currencies into the country. The moment we process for export, more Nigerians will have opportunity to work towards the process of this product. And that means more people will be gainfully employed. We want to ensure due process, and that is why I urge the representative of the Ministry of Environment to come and explain to us as customs, to you as agents, to the rest of the importing public, those present here and those not present here. What is this wood? We all know thick wood is prohibited. What is thick wood? We all know unprocessed wood is prohibited. So we ask Ministry of Environment to tell us what is this unprocessed wood? What is processed wood? What is semi-processed wood? Once we are able to do that, most people will just see a container of wood coming in, and the next thing you see, oh, wood is being exported. So it is good we should know. We should know because it is necessary. We said information and knowledge is power. Those of you in the export business, we will look at what we have here, look at due process, look at world best practices, look at how we can collaborate agency to agency, stakeholder to stakeholder, so that we can achieve government mandate. And government mandate includes, among others, encouraging exports from Nigeria to out of Nigeria. These things you see and the containers you see being imported into this country, are they being produced from nothing? No. Citizens of those countries who are producing to Nigeria are gainfully employed, and that means they have job to do. Then we consume what they produce, and we pay money to consume it. So every importation we do as a country, we are as well paying for labor of the producing country. So our vision today and for the future is so that we export from Nigeria to the world, so that Nigerians will get job to do, so that there will be less security issues, less unemployment, more prosperity, and more naira into your pockets. We can only achieve this if we do the right thing. Some of us who are in the habit of saying everything goes, you bring in prohibited item to say it is to be exported, please don't bother, because we will not accept. And that is why I said, let me come and address you here and show you the samples from an authorizing ministry, what we are to do. You bring in unprocessed wood, we will not export it, because that means you are taking labor out of this country to another country. Don't think you can make money out of it, because if you bring in unprocessed wood to any other part of the world from Nigeria, you are an enemy of the youth. You hate the youth of this country, because these are the people who will go to those places and work to make it processed or semi-processed but you say, no, they shouldn't work. Let China work, and then bring it back. You bring in unprocessed wood, what did I say? It's banned, and we will seize it. You bring in processed wood for export, we will encourage you. We will facilitate that business for you to export. Semi-processed, is it allowed or not allowed? Where is the export?
It's allowed. It's allowed.
That's what I want here. Processed wood, semi-processed wood are allowed for export because value is added before this. Unprocessed wood, is any value added? No. If value is to be added after exportation, where will the labor come from? Is that good for us? No. So we should encourage ourselves to say, unprocessed wood, no more. It shouldn't be in Tinker. Processed wood, semi-processed wood, any other exportable product that is allowed by law, I will support you. I will facilitate the trade because no duty is required. The more you export Indomie, the more you export gala, the more people will produce gala in Nigeria, and the more money these people will make, and the more money will come back to Nigeria for more gala to go out. But if we destroy our export, then honestly we will sit unemployed. We do not plan to stay long on this because we will keep coming to show you what is this export on this commodity. It's a continuous thing. We will ask questions, we will receive questions. Those who have other explanations prepared on their exportable commodities, we will answer as well. Those who are willing to do lawful, rightful business are our friends and we will support them. Those who do not want to do rightful business, we will educate them. We will not take them as enemies, but we shall educate them so that they become friends of Tinkan who are adding value to Nigeria. Thank you so much. And I invite the representative of the Ministry of Environment who will show us samples. And these samples, we will keep them here. We will keep them here for people to see. Most people do not know what is called unprocessed wood. But by mere coming to look at it and see it, with the descriptions and all the clarifications he will give, you will understand what we are saying. All we want is compliance, then we facilitate trade. Thank you.
Distinguished CAC, distinguished officers, captains of industries, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. My name is Mr. S.E. Kano.
Listen more attentively.
I say my name is Mr. S.E. Kano, and I'm the head of Forestry Department here, Federal Ministry of Environment here in Tinkan. And then as the head, I am the representative of Federal Ministry of Environment. So whatever I say is on behalf of my ministry. Now, on wood export, because of deforestation, what do you call it, climate change, global warming, ozone layer depletion, those three problems. That's why there's regulation, and so that we don't destroy our environment for the children unborn and for ourselves. So there is control on this export. And that was why there was a promulgation of a decree in 1976 to regulate this. And there was a revised one in 1988, because the first one was based on processed wood, furniture components. And when the exporters were exporting our processed wood, they were not being accepted internationally because they did not meet international standards, and those things were being wasted and dumped abroad. So for them to become marketable, they have to include semi-processed, and that was what brought about semi-processed food. And just like the CS has rightly said, the essence of this processing and semi-processed is to add value to it and to create job for Nigerians instead of creating job for foreigners. And in the light of that, sawwood, railway slippers, panel products, plywood, veneer, particle board, cement-boarded particle board, chipboard, furniture components, wood carvings, and paneling were also allowed. These ones were allowed for export. Right now, where we have our problem is with semi-processed. To distinguish semi-processed from processed and unprocessed, that's the major problem. And there are so many misinterpretations and misconceptions. And that's why samples were brought here. And they are here for us to know semi-processed. And just as the name implies, when you say semi-processed, it's not completed, but work has been carried out in it. And why this semi-processed? Yeah, this is a sample of semi-processed wood. There's still another one coming. Oh, that is okay for you. So let them see another sample. This is another sample of semi-processed wood. Work has been carried out on it. It's not finished. Now, you see, listen. Log itself. When you talk of log, is when you cut. Yeah, okay. It's another semi-process. They want you to see. Yeah, it's semi-process. It's not yet finished. Yes, this can be used as railway slippers. Slippers they use in rail construction. Okay. Now, when you talk of log is when you cut wood from a tree. When you cut down the tree and you cut them into sections in the round form, that is log. But when you have undertaken a process of slicing it, cross-cutting it, sawing it into pieces, it becomes semi-processed. It's not finished. So you cannot see it as a finished wood, fully processed. This is a round log. This is log. You can see this is log. It's different from semi-processed. You can see it. It's clear. Right. So, and this, something like this is banned. It's not allowed because no work has been carried out on it. You just cut from the tree and then you want to ship it abroad. That's not creating job for Nigerians. Just like the CSC said, you are an enemy to the youths that are looking for jobs. Oh, this is semi-process. Okay.
Let somebody help him now. Let somebody help him.
Now, this is semi-processed. The producers of this, they have a sawmill. They have workers. They have materials to feed Nigerians through this process. So it's accepted. You see, the semi-process has been the area of confusion. So people mistaking semi-process for log and unprocessed wood. It's not so. Once it's been sliced and it's not in the raw or in the round is no more law. Any other one? Okay. Yes, this is good. These ones are finished processed wood. These are components, furniture components. You can see the lining where they can be joined. You can see this can be used as chair. This is the arm. You understand? This is another process you can see, and they all treated. So this you can see that these are processed, fully processed. Yeah, this processed wood they are allowed. Only wood in the round form, the logs that are not allowed. They are prohibited, they are banned. Yes, I want to also let you know, for you to export any of this wood, you must get approval from Federal Ministry of Environment, Forestry Department. They will give you the approval, you apply. When you meet the requirements, there are conditions. Then you will be given the approval and you will be given the range, because we have different ranges for different applicants. There will be inspection in your sawmill. Then the species you will export must be identified. They must not fall under what we call CITES convention or regulation. That is the Convention of International Trade on Endangered Species. And these are the species that are already going into estate. They are no longer, they are almost finishing in our forest. So those ones are banned. They are not allowed. When you talk of Iroko, you talk of mahogany, you talk of Masonia, all these ones are under the endangered species. Now, the list will be given out better. So all the endangered species, those ones, there will be approval for it. But what you export here is mainly teak, koso, and melina. And melina was allowed because we have it in large quantity. Because of the pulp and paper Nigeria envisaged in the 70s to produce in Nigeria, you have in Okuyoku, you have in Ogun State. So those yes, in those areas you get a large quantity of melina. So that is why instead of allowing them to fall and rotting, you can export them and make money for Nigeria. Even now, Nigeria is looking for non-export, non-oil exports. So that would be good. Any other question?
Please, can I? Yes.
Good afternoon, our most amiable CAC.
There's no way.
So I appreciate you so
There's
much.
no way. You cannot push me out.
That you're coming to Sinkan Island will bring better days and better years for trade in Nigeria. Thank you so much. I would also like to recognize our ATM. Sir, you are welcome. This year enforcement, we appreciate you and all the officers of the Nigerian Customs Service, the Nigerian Police. We appreciate all of you for this time you have taken to assist us. I am Odiase Omosoje, the Secretary General of Nigerian Product Wood Exporters. We are very concerned of this trade and development so far. We, over the years, have struggled time and time again to do our businesses legitimately, as the government has instructed us to do. Like I stand before you now, I have an approval of one of our companies, a member of the association, dated 3rd December 2015, and is expected to be valid for a period of 24 months. And specific dimensions have been given. We are registered for compliance with Nigerian Export Promotion Export Processing Fund, which is the NSP. We have our domiciliary accounts. All exports expected proceeds are to be repatriated into such accounts. We have letter of credit from our buyers overseas. We also have a relationship with the inspection agencies who inspect these products as at the time they are being exported, and CCIs, that's clean certificate of inspections, are issued. I want to ask, sir, apart from this approval from the Federal Ministry of Environment, Department of Forestry, the approval from the Budget Office of the Federal Ministry of Finance, and further clearance from Nigerian Customs Service, is there any other permit that we need before we can carry out this export, complying with the sizes and dimensions that has been approved by the Ministry of Environment? Thank you, sir.
The controller, sir. Your question has been answered by yourself. All the things you mentioned are the things required for you to export processed wood. Processed wood must have permits from Federal Ministry of Forestry to Federal Ministry of Finance to Nigerian Customs Service. That is when your permit is being domiciled in customs. If you have gone all these processes without domiciling it in customs, it's as good as zero. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Akim Oladeni Badru. I'm a member of a Wood Processing Association. I'm very happy that this kind of forum came up this morning. And my major issue now is that, considering what we've been suffering on the exportation of food, there was a sample shown yesterday now that it's a semi-process. I want somebody to bring up that sample again, because we are suffering on this very sample, this semi-process. This is a process. Calm down. My major question further on that semi-process, because we are suffering on that semi-process. That this very one. This one. Yes. Take it up. Please bring it up. This one. This one. This is the type we've been exporting all along, and this is the type custom has been going against all along. Whenever we carry this type and we have our documents, we submit, we lodge our document, we do everything, we always have problem with this kind of. Please, I want to know what is wrong with this thing.
Okay. Let's pick one thing at a time, because we have no intention to spend the whole evening here. I initiated this dialogue so that we understand what we are doing. Are you a clearing agent for export, or you are an exporter of wood?
I'm a forwarding agent for exportation of food.
Good. When when the container is being staffed, do you invite customs for staffing?
No and yes.
Wow.
No, let me be specific now.
Where is the mic?
Oji, that mic. Oji.
Hello. Excuse me.
Audience.
Please, audience. Sir, please, I would.
Hello, sir.
We are not in a court of law. We are not in a court of law. We are partners in progress. Why we are doing this is to facilitate trade and encourage transparency. Whatever you used to do before, I just want, when you have consignments from an exporter, write to customs that you want to staff this outside. You want customs representative to witness the staff. Once these are staffed, there is a document to fill to say it is rightfully staffed by semi-processed, processed, furniture parts, or whatever. The customs man will sign, he will give you a copy, he will take a copy, and there will be a seal. If this process is followed, there is no need for all the noise you are making. I want you to process 1,000 containers if you can. Start from today. Start from today. We will assist you to process 1,000 containers of allowable wood. If it is not allowed, don't hold my microphone, because you are an enemy of Nigerian youth. I think the representative of the Ministry of the Environment has shown us different samples. They are here. We are leaving them with you. You can touch them, you can look at them, and you can ask questions through export unit in the future.
Thank you, sir.
We have as well shown what is unprocessed wood. Unprocessed wood is not that wood they just cut the tree, remove the trunks, and then put it. That is another thing. By even cutting it to pieces but no further work, it shouldn't go. Please don't bring it. Because you are not helping this country, you are just helping yourself. And if we work as a team, the nation will grow. If we work individually, we go individually. And I'm a team player, and that's why I come to teach you what is required. I have several export documents on my table. I said I will not sign one without telling you what we require. Whoever process and process wood, what should I do? Agree?
Yes.
I did not hear you. So it is a pledge by all of us that we will not encourage unprocessed wood in this command. May God help us.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, please, I would like to crave your indulgence and appeal to all our members. Unfortunately, we have not been able to have a general meeting before this time because the CNC just arrived, and we have bombarded him with several of our problems. That's why he has deemed it necessary for this meeting. Please, we'll be having a general meeting where everybody will be adequately educated and briefed on how to go about your documentation and the processes. The officers from Ministry of the Environment will be there. Officers from the export also will be there to educate us on how we go about going about our businesses. So please, we will appeal to you. We will not entertain any confounded questions. Please, God bless you. Thank you very much, sir.
Hello, there's a friend there. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Greg Siki. I represent Tinkan Island Container Terminal. Okay. We have a peculiar problem. We have export containers that are in the terminal. We know when it's import containers, when it's overtime, they are auctioned. What happens to export containers that overstay in the terminal? What do we do about that?
How many days is already on the site?
Yes. There are some containers that even are in the terminal before TICC came into existence.
Hello? So in that case, if they are in the terminal before even the creation of the terminal, you discuss that with the concessionaire.
No, I represent the concessionaire.
Then you discuss that at the office.
Okay, I come to the office.
Are you exporting something in them?
No, I'm a terminal operator.
Are you exporting something in them? We are on export.
I'm talking about export containers, sir.
Oh. Huh?
Export containers that overstayed in the terminal.
That's overstayed.
Yeah, they have been here for
There's
years.
one underlining thing. Overstayed. They say call all the boys, but that boy is a thief. There's a qualification there. So it should be processed the way it should be processed. We meet in the office.
Okay,
we do that. I think after this, I will let you continue with your thing and I go and do mine. We will continue. You have an association, we will continue.
Give chance there. Give chance there. Give chance there. Hey!
Thank you once more. Bye-bye.
Hey! Give way there.
Come on. None of us will do the same office. See.